peoples माने ताकर problem कोन तो ताकर किछि problem they faced the different type of the problem. That's why they want autonomy of the regions to manage their own affairs. निजको निजे से माने manage करबे से निजर स्वतंत्रता चाहूछंती. So this autonomy is sought in multiple sphere of the identity. That is, they may demand cultural autonomy, ethnic autonomy, economic autonomy, political autonomy, etc. So it is needed to legislate on the issue relating to the regions demanding autonomy or execute decisions on them. ଯେମିତି କି କିଛି regions ଅଛି underdeveloped regions ଗୁଡାକ ଅଛି ସେମାନେ କିଛି ମାତ୍ରାରେ କିଛି deprived ହେଇକରି ଆସୁ from the resources or any type of the financial power ତ ସେମାନେ ନିଜକୁ ନିଜେ ନିଜକୁ ଶାସନ କରିବେ ନିଜେ ନିଜ ମ୍ୟାନେଜ କରିବେ ନିଜେ ନିଜ affairs କୁ ମ୍ୟାନେଜ କରିବେ ପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ କିଛି ଡିମାଣ୍ଡ କରିଥାନ୍ତି ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଠାରୁ ନିଜର autonomy ନିଜର ସ୍ୱତନ୍ତ୍ରତା. So the notion of the autonomy is a federal structure has multiple meanings. That is creation of a separate state. ସେମାନେ କେତେ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ସେମାନେ ନିଜେ ଗୋଟେ separate state ବନେଇବା ପାଇଁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିଥାନ୍ତି. Then out of more state within the Indian Union or rearrangement of the federal relations. Federal relations को ସେମାନେ change କରିବା ପାଇଁ କେତେ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ବି ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିଥାନ୍ତି. The existing union and India is giving autonomy to the region. So autonomy is often confused. Autonomy is self-determination. Self-determination and the autonomy are sometimes interchangeable in the Indian context, and they convey different. Self-determination also है establishment of a sovereign out of the existing sovereign state, and it is also known as the secession, in which one region in the country wants to secede and become a sovereign state. But Indian Constitution काकु permit केबे भी देबेनी. Indian Constitution does not approve the establishment of a sovereign state out of the sovereign state. India ru जने आउ उते state create करिवो जायकरी से तार सेटा केबे भी Indian government permit करिवे नाही. So the movement in a region of a state for rearrangement of a federal relations between the region and a state is called the autonomy movement. Such autonomy demand by creating an administrative devices such as regional devices, district and territorial council. So movements for creation of a separate state of one or the more state is known as the statehood movement. केतेरा state माने केतेरा जागार लोक माने नवा नवा state गुडाको गठन करिबाको चाहନ୍ତି किंतु ସେମାନେ ଗୋଟେ state नवा state गठन करिबाय किंतु country ठारो separate हेकरा ଗୋଟେ country भी गठन करि पारिबे नाही. That is forbidden in India. Constitutional provision रे autonomy ऊपर कोन सब मान्यता अछि. India is a federal country. India रो union ता strong, but India is a federal polity, and here India is a federal polity. जे जगह रे 29 states अछंती and 11 union territories. Jammu Kashmir was converted into 2 union territories. Then here each of these states consists of the regions which have diverse social, linguistic and the cultural groups and on equal levels of the development. इस जगह रे समस्तंको डेवलपमेंट समान में जेते भी स्टेट अथॉरिटी समस्त डेवलपमेंट समान है. सेथिपाई इंडिया follows a federal system with a strong union. And here enactment of the laws regarding the relations between the state and the union of the India are regulated according to the provision of the Constitution. Constitution रे हम तीनटा लिस्ट अछि. जेके स्टेट union list, state and the concurrent list. Union list कोन union list जो सब आइटम अछि से the union government खाली law बनै पारिबे किंतु state list जो सब आइटम बडा अछि से खाली state government law बनै पारिबे किंतु concurrent list जोटा अछि से the both the state and the union can make rules and the regulations under the concurrent list. किंतु यदि गोटे law rule बनाउछंती दुटी गोटे मैटर रे यदि law बनाउछंती both state government and the union government on the concurrent list जितरे कि क्लेश आसीबो that the union law will be prevail कहा law prevail हेबो the union law ता prevail हेबो. So then the article VI, that is 6th schedule, article 244 has the provisions for creating an autonomous body or autonomous district, that is regional territorial council in 4 states of the northeast India. नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडियन इंडिया कहा आसाम मेघालय त्रिपुरा एंड मिजोरम the fourth state of Northeast India. Article 371 ranges from Article 371A to the Article 371J. It provides special provisions for the Nagaland, Assam, Manipur, Sikkim, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, the Northeast India. Maharashtra, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Goa, Karnataka, and other regions of the country. And again, this article also aims of providing special grants to the backward regions of the country. किसी मात्रा में special grants देता है the backward regions में our country. So, under these devices that ଆମର ଅଛି ଗୋଟେ the device inner line permit on the device inner line permit that is ILP. It exists to protect culture and economy of the people in the states of the Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Mizoram, Tripura. Okay, so अब किसी जहाँ बुझे इतरे किसी डाउट्स अच्छी constitutional provisions and autonomy ऊपर कहार किसी डाउट्स अच्छी किसी
Article 371.
yes
Article 371 दा बुझले
Article 371 हाँ Article 371 रो A माने Article 371 रे हमार किसी क्लॉज गुड़ा को अच्छी क्लॉज बोले बुझे जो कि नहीं तेरे जो A to J एमती अच्छी A B C D तो ए जगह रे Article 371 it ranges from the Article A to Article 371 J पर्यंत अच्छी ए जगह रे कोन कहूची स्पेशल प्रोविजंस गुड़ा को कंट्री को दिया जाय काहे कि से कंट्री को स्पेशल प्रोविजन दिया जीवो तांगर किछि बैकवर्डनेस अछि से बैकवर्डनेस को दूर करबा पई तांगर से अंडर डेवलपमेंट को दूर करबा का पई गवर्नमेंट रे किछि प्रोविजन अछि तांको किछि स्पेशल प्रोविजन दिया जाउची थ्रू दिस आर्टिकल बुझला आर्टिकल 371 to 370 371A to 371G and here provide special provision for को country को नागालैंड को आसाम को मणिपुर को सिक्किम मिजोरम अरुणाचल प्रदेश इन नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया ओके ए मान को किछि स्पेशल प्रोविजंस दिया जाउची टू मिटिगेट देयर अंडर डेवलपमेंट सिचुएशन
तो मैम मोर गोटे प्रश्न थिला आमर जेतले गोटे ये सॉरी जेतले गोटे आमर डेमोक्रेसी बहुत बड़ तापरे आमर जो पार्लियामेंट सिस्टम सब दिस सिस्टम अछि हम प्राय यूके हो नले यूएस हो तांकू फॉलो करूजे एंदी आपनकर दी यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स रे आपनकर 50-51 पूरा पूरा फुल्ली ऑटोनोमस एंदी स्टेट्स अछि सेमिति कहीं आम इंडिया रे जो यूनियन टेरिटोरी जेतरा अछंदी तांकू काहे कि से माने वर्तमान पूरा फुल फ्लेज्ड स्टेट रे कहीं कन्वर्ट करा जाउनी यदि भी करा जीवो यदि मोदी को बिल पास करंती सेटा हे परिबनी
फुल स्टेट ऑटोनॉमी जदी करा जीवो से माने कोन हे जिवे अन्य कंट्री टे हे जिवे कि नै
स्टेट हेबेनी जेंती हमर ओडिशा
सेटा फॉरबिट करिछि इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ता किछि ऑटोनॉमी देबो किंतु अन्य कंट्री रे करबा पई परमिट केबे भी देई पारबे नै हमर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन सेटा प्रोविजन नै जणे गोटे स्टेट गोटे कंट्री रो आ गोटे कंट्री हे पारिबो नै सेपरेट स्टेट भीतर रही पारिबो जेमि तेलंगाना फॉर्म हैला कि आ किछि कंट्री फॉर्म हेकरी से कंट्री रे से माने गोटे सेपरेट स्टेट हे पारिबो किछि स्वतंत्र ऑटोनॉमी दिया जेबो किछि स्वतंत्र सुविधा दिया जाय पारे किंतु से मानकू एते मात्रा रे ऑटोनॉमी देखते इंडिपेंडेंट करा जाय पारिबो नाही जेमि कि तमे एबे भी देखबा जम्मू कश्मीर रो इश्यू पढिबा से अगर आर्टिकल 370 रो नै कि जम्मू कश्मीर रो पई स्पेशल जो प्रोविजन थिला सेटा भी एबे उठी जायछि ताकू जेमि प्रथमे डुअल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन थिला तांगर डुअल सिटीजनशिप थिला सेटा आ तांगर नाही तांगर जो स्पेशल पावर ता थिला सेटा हटे दिया जायछि तांको सेम करि दिया जाय इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इंडिया सहित बुझी पारुछ तो माने तमे जो कहूछ ब्रिटेन रो आमे किछि सब जो तो सेम हिसाबे नै किंतु हमर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन रे सब सेम नै आमे सब बाछि कि हमर सिचुएशन को जोटा सुइटेबल हमर इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट रे जोटा सुइटेबल आमे सेटा गुडा को नेछु बुझलो तो हमर इंडिया रो आमे ऑटोनॉमी ता डिमांड करि पारिबा लेकिन सेपरेट हेई पारिबा नै सेटा से केबे भी करै देबो नै
आज्ञा
स्पेशल प्रिविलेजेस पाई पारबा इकोनॉमिक प्रिविलेजेस पाई पारबा किंतु आमे इंडिया थारू सेपरेट हेकरी अन्य गोटे कंट्री हेई पारिबा नै आउ कहर किछि डाउट्स आउ कहर किछि डाउट्स इंडिया दैट इज भारत इज ए यूनियन ऑफ स्टेट हमर अछि प्रथमे India, that is Bharat, is a union of states. ଯେତେବେଳେ ବି strong federal country କୁହାଗଲେ ବି ଆମର union ଟା strong ନା ଯାହାର ଯେମିତି concurrent list କଥା କହିଲି state ବି ସେଇ concurrent list ଉପରେ law ବନେଇବ state ବି ବନେଇବ ଆଉ union ବି ବନେଇବ କିନ୍ତୁ ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ subject ଉପରେ ସେ ଦୁଇ ଲୋକ ଯଦି law ବନେଇଲେ ଯଦି clash ଆସିଲା ସେ ଜାଗାରେ ତ union law will be prevail to supersede the state laws ସେଥିଲାଗି ତ union ଟା ଆମର weak ନୁହଁ it is a strong union. Okay. Then features of the autonomy movement. Autonomy movement of features टा कौन? There are that some autonomy movement started with a goal of the separate state. Separate state ame hai or more state, but in course of the movement their demand self down getting autonomy with the existing. ସେମାନେ ନିଜର state ରେ କିଛି autonomy ପାଇ କରି ସେମାନେ in the case of the Meghalaya ଯେତେବେଳେ movement started ହୋଇଥିଲା with the goal to have a separate state carved out of the Assam, but the supporters of a separate statehood accepted the status of a state within the state in the 1970s to 70s too. Like the demands, the statehood movement and the insurgency, the autonomy movement have the following features. Autonomy movement ro kona सब features अछि. They are rest, first features है they are rest in the areas when people are discriminated by more resourceful regions in the economic, social and the cultural and the political. प्रथम करी हला सेमाने discriminated होउछंती resourceful regions तांकर पास रिसोर्स टा थिले भी सेमाने इकोनॉमिकली सोशली पॉलिटिकली बैकवर्ड ही करि बछन तांकर रिसोर्सेस टा जाउची कुआडे जेंति कि तेलंगाना टा फॉर बितरा देन सेकंड फीचर्स हला दिस डिमांड्स आर जनरली रेस्ट by articulate sections of the society, that is middle class, students, civil society organization and the political. Then third features, the supporters of the autonomy movement demand generally allege that their regions has become internal colony of the developed regions. Developed regions माने तांको regions मान internal colony करी करी रखचंती. Their natural resources are exploited by the developed regions or outsider, and they are not paid back the royalty or the allowances in equal portions of usages their resources. अन्य लोक गुडाको तांको resources को यूज करी करी से बेनिफिट नै जाउ तां किछि लॉयल्टी तां किछि बेनिफिट दउ सेते लागि से माने ऑटोनॉमी दाबी करबे. This then fourth features, their region is not given adequate representation in the political institution. तांको region sta political represented ठीक भाबरे हेई पारु नाही सेते लागि से माने मूवमेंट करी करी separate movement or autonomy demand करी करी separate हेबा को चाहिबे. Then last their language and the culture are not given due recognition, and in several cases the dominant language is imposed on ताको निजर language आ culture को अवहेला करा होछि आ अन्यर language आ religions को ताको imposed करा होछि. Then next, the autonomy movement has some political context. इति political motives भी रही पारे autonomy movement जणे तनको recognition पाइबा जणे मे भी फर्स्ट सीएम बनिबा सेमती हिसाब रे भी हमें autonomy movement को देखाय तो हमें डिफरेंट autonomy movement रो किछि मात्रा रे हाइलाइट करबा. First, the state within the state. The state te hoछि तार भितरे गुटे state करा state within the state, that is Meghalaya रो ना सुनी जो. The case of the Meghalaya is an example where demand was made for creation of a hilly state out of the Assam पाकरे होछि Assam रो वक्त ठेकरी गुटे hilly state खाली हो, but instead of the separate state, an autonomous state was created within Assam, a state within a state which existed during 1970 to 72. जेमति कि they demand for a separate state of the Meghalaya ra को कोटा हबो in the tribal dominated region Khasi and Garoki, which form parts of the Assam, then become more strident in the 1960s, and they started getting raised their voice in the 1950s, 1950s, and they are among the regions which are governed by the sixth schedule of the Indian Constitution, sixth schedule area of the Assam. Into sixth schedule अनुसारे they were not satisfied with the provisions, which is sixth schedule अनुसारे tribal area which is special facility दिया जो किस तरह से माने satisfy हेले नहीं, then argued that it did not adequately safeguard their interest with its provisions. They did not adequately safeguard their interest with this interest, and the peoples in the plans of the Assam did not treat them properly. Assam ର people ମାନେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଠିକ ଭାବରେ treatment ଦଉ ସେଥିଲାଗି ସେମାନେ କଣ ହେବେ instead of a separate state କେବେ ବି government ଯାହା ବି ହେବା ପାଇଁ ତାଙ୍କୁ କେବେ ବି allow କରିବେ ନାହିଁ Indian government କିନ୍ତୁ ସେମାନେ autonomous state ଟା ହେଇ ପାରିବେ that is ସେମାନେ ଆସାମ ରୁ କର୍ଭ ହେଇକରି ମେଘାଳୟ was created on 1st April 1970 within the state of the Assam. Assam ଭିତରେ ସେମାନେ separate state that is ମେଘାଳୟ ଗୋଟେ hilly state ଟା ସେମାନେ ହେଲେ 1970 1st April. So it was created following the passage of the 22nd Amendment, that is Meghalaya Amendment Act 55 of the 1959, following passage of the Assam Reorganization Meghalaya Bill 1969 by both the houses of the Parliament of both the houses of the Parliament. 1972 रे मेघालय ଗୋଟେ separate state ରେ ପରିଣତ ହୋଇଥିଲା that is the autonomy movement of state in the state ଆସାମ ଭିତରେ ମେଘାଳୟ separate state ହିସାବରେ ପରିଗଣିତ ହେଲା କିନ୍ତୁ ତାକୁ ଗୋଟେ separate country ରେ କେବେ ବି ହେବା ପାଇଁ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଆମର allow କରିବେ ନାହିଁ then ହଉଛି from separate state of the autonomy the boda movement ର ନାଁ ତମେ ଶୁଣିଥିବ ଏଟା ଆସାମ the boda the plans tribes of the Assam. The tribes of Assam, they have claiming for autonomy for several years. ସେମାନେ ବି ତାଙ୍କର autonomy ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି from several years. So the Boda autonomy movement has passed two phases. One from the late 1960s to 1979 and two the post AASU movement. That is 1979 to 1985. ଏଇ ଜାଗାରେ ବୋଦା ଅଟୋନୋମି has facilitated ସେମାନେ କାହିଁକି ଗୋଟେ separate state ହେବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି demand for creation of a separate state from the Assam for enjoying their separate autonomy within the state ଭିତରେ ଆସାମ ଭିତରେ ତ ସେମାନେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଏମାନେ କାହିଁକି separate state demand actually their main demand in the initial years was boda movement ପ୍ରଥମରୁ boda movement ରୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ ହେଇଥିଲା ଏଇ movement ଟା actually the first phase of the boda movement it began from 1967 ରୁ creation for a new state that is ଉଦୟାଞ୍ଚଳ ଗୋଟେ ଉଦୟାଞ୍ଚଳ କରିବ that is establishment of the Nagaland state in 1963 Nagaland 63 ରେ ହେଲା it become the immediate context of the demand for the creation of the Bodaland and the demand for the state of the Meghalaya, Mizoram or Arunachal Pradesh managed to separate state hey gole Assam in the 1960s. Then even though the regions inhabited by the hilly tribes of the Assam 1972 रे मेघालय भी Assam रू separate state ର ମାନ୍ୟତା ପାଇଲେ then Meghalaya become a separate state and Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram they also become the union territories in 1963 ସେମାନେ union territories but Nagaland had become also separate state ସେମାନେ ନିଜର ସ୍ୱତନ୍ତ୍ରତା ପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ separate ହେଇଯାନ୍ତି ଏମିତିକି ତାଙ୍କର କଲଚରାଲ ଆଇଡେଣ୍ଟିଟିକୁ ରକ୍ଷା କରିବା ପାଇଁ ତାଙ୍କର କିଛି ସେମାନେ ଯଦି ଅଣ୍ଡର ଡେଭଲପ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଏଠି ଗୋଟେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ପ୍ୟାକେଜ ମିଳୁନାହିଁ ତ in the next phase of the Boda autonomy movement started in 1987 after Assam Accord that is 1985 was signed and here the movement has become more consistent in the steadiness in this case like several other smaller indigenous communities Bodas has participated in the anti-foreigner movement that is all Assam students unions movement. After the signing of the Assam Accord, ସେମାନେ actually cultural autonomy and the political rights were not recognized. ତାଙ୍କର main demands ଟା କ'ଣ ହେଲା ସେମାନେ କାହିଁକି separate state ହେବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି କାରଣ ସେମାନେ ତାଙ୍କର cultural autonomy and the political rights were not recognized by dominant groups of the Assam. That's why dominant groups of the Assam people ମାନେ ତାଙ୍କର cultural autonomy and the political rights ଟାକୁ dominate କରୁଛନ୍ତି suppress କରୁଛନ୍ତି ସେଥିଲାଗି ସେମାନେ separate ହେବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି but the distinct cultures of the Bodas was symbolized in their language that is Boda language ଟା Boda their food habit their dress culture etc which was different from of the Assam. କିନ୍ତୁ Assamese ମାନେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି Assamese ମାନେ ତାଙ୍କୁ dominate କରୁଛନ୍ତି ସେଥିଲାଗି ସେ they demand for a separate autonomy. But Bodaland, the context of the Bodaland context ଏବେ ଉଲ୍ଫା କୁ ଆମେ କିଛି ମାତ୍ରାରେ ପ୍ରାଧାନ୍ୟ ଦେବା ତ Boda's reservation about the clauses 6 of the Assam Accord. Assam Accord जो साइन हुआ इस जगह रे clause 6 रे that is regions for the Bodaland movement that laid down in the year 1985 and this was the demand for a higher caste dominated Ulfa for the southern state of Assam. Then which included the areas of inhabited by the plain tribes of the Bodas. Bodas are plain tribes like people Ulfa dominated and they try for a sovereign state of the Assam in the Assam. So here Ulfa sought to establish a sovereign state and it had existed in the form of the Utham kingdoms before the sovereignty was compromised by the existing Utham kingdom. That is the very primitive things, but now the main things is that Ulfa ଯେମିତି Bodaland ପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ ତାଙ୍କ ନିଜର କଲଚର ଆଉ ନିଜ ରିଲିଜିୟନ୍ସ କୁ ସେମାନେ ସୁରକ୍ଷିତ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ ବୋଧା ମୁଭମେଣ୍ଟ ଟା ଚଳେଇ ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି and they also want different type of the autonomy from government and here is the state government as well as the central government use coercions to suppress the Ulfa members to suppress କରିବା ପାଇଁ coercion କରି ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି. The government targeted them with the police known as Operation Bajrang, Operation Rahinu, and different types of the autonomy movements in all over the India are the going on because ସମସ୍ତେ ଯଦି ନିଜର autonomy ହେଇକରି autonomy demand କରିକି separate ହେଇଯିବେ ତ Indian Union ର କ'ଣ ମାନ୍ୟତା ରହିବ. That's why different type of ଯେମିତି 7 north eastern state ରେ ଆମର armed forces special power act legislate କରି ଅଛି ତ କୌଣସି country କୌଣସି state ଟା separate ହେଇପାରିବେ ନାହିଁ ଏତେ ମାତ୍ରାରେ ତାଙ୍କୁ different type of force ମାନେ ସେ ଜାଗାରେ ରଖାଯିବ ତ ଯୋଉ ତାଙ୍କର insurgent movement ଗୁଡାକ ଚାଲୁଛି ସେଟାକୁ suppress କରାଯାଉଛି by the police force. Okay. So what is this insurgency? Insurgency ଟା କାହିଁକି ଚାଲୁଛି ହିସାବରେ insurgency ର ସେ ଜାଗାରେ କାହିଁ ଚାଲୁଛି north eastern state ରେ. So since the formation of the Indian Union ଆମେ ଏବେ insurgency ଉପରେ ପଢବା. Ever since the formation of the Indian Union in the year 1947, insurgency has been one of the biggest challenges. That insurgency is an act of the revolt against the state. Insurgency कहले कोन kana state against a revolt karibe or the constitutional autonomy against a revolt karibe with the involvement of some or more large sections of the society. Generally, insurgency is marked by the violence involving some or large sections of the society and the state. So there are several examples of the insurgency arises in different parts of the India, that is northeast India, then Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir. So insurgency ta kon? Insurgency is an organized armed resistance against the state or constitutional authority. Armed ammunition ଦେଇକରି ସେଟା ସେ ଆଇसे ମାନେ କିଛି demands କରିବେ କ'ଣ demands କରିବେ constitutional autonomy authority ଆଗରେ ସେମାନେ କିଛି ମାତ୍ରାରେ ତାଙ୍କର separate ହେବା ପାଇଁ या overthrow the present regime କରିବା ପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ demand କରିବେ on the basis of the on the ସେମାନେ ତାଙ୍କର କିଛି ମାତ୍ରାରେ ସେମାନେ ଗୋଳା ବାରୁଦ ବି ୟୁଜ କରିବେ. That is one type of the insurgency movement. They try to overthrow the present regimes. And those people who are engaged in this insurgency activities are known as insurgent. So insurgency therefore involve at least one non-state actors or movements that fight against the established authority to achieve political change. Established authority against ସେମାନେ fight କରିବେ କାହିଁକି political changes So insurgency is often assured as identical with terrorism, although there are differences between them. Insurgent here stands to use similar kinds of the violent activities. They use the similar kinds of the violent activities as terrorists do. However, unlike terrorism, insurgency movements generally involve or require material or the moral support from some sections of the population in order to justify their existence and also to erode the legitimacy of the government. So insurgency ଯେତେବେଳେ arise ହେବ ତାର ଜାଗାରେ ଆମେ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ପାଇବା counter insurgency. Counter insurgency means those measures which are taken by the state to counter the insurgency. Insurgency को दबेଇବା ପାଇଁ जो सब force use ହେବ ତାକୁ that is known as counter insurgency. Then genesis of insurgency in India. The insurgency have leaders. Our ଜାଗାରେ ବି leaders ଅଛନ୍ତି. Cadres of the popular supports ତାଙ୍କର specific ideologies and specific goals ନେଇକି ସେମାନେ କାମ କରୁଛନ୍ତି. They have wide range of support. Some insurgency calls for a separate state. Others they demands for the regional autonomy, while some others demands for the secession or complete independence from the Indian nation. But insurgency is in fact a collective mobilization act. Insurgency it is a group action. Insurgency are often accompanied with the violence involving the state machineries and the insurgents. So, ଆମେ ଏଇ ଜାଗାରେ ଜାମ୍ମୁ କାଶ୍ମୀର insurgency ଉପରେ ପଢିବା. Insurgency in Jammu Kashmir which has existed. ଜାମ୍ମୁ କାଶ୍ମୀରରେ କାହିଁକି ସେଇ type of the violent activity ଗୁଡାକ ଆମେ ଦିନକୁ ଦିନ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ପାଉଛୁ. Actually ତାର ବେସିକ୍ସଟା ହେଲା ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମର ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ଇଣ୍ଡିପେଣ୍ଡେନ୍ସ ହେଇଯାଇଛି. ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ଇଣ୍ଡିପେଣ୍ଡେନ୍ସ ହେଇଯାଇଛି ସେତେବେଳେ ସେଇ ଟାଇମରେ ହରି ସେନ ବୋଲିକିରି ଜଣେ ଶାସକ ଜାମ୍ମୁ କାଶ୍ମୀର ରାଜା ଥିଲେ. ତ ଜାମ୍ମୁ କାଶ୍ମୀର ଇଜ ଏ ମୁସଲିମ ମେଜରିଟି କଣ୍ଟ୍ରି. ରାଜାଟା କିଏ ହେଲେ ହିନ୍ଦୁ ମେଜରିଟି ହିନ୍ଦୁ ରାଜା. ତ ସେଇ ଜାଗାରେ ସେମାନେ ସେତେବେଳେ କୋଉ ମାନେ ଆଇଦର ପାକିସ୍ତାନରେ ଇନକ୍ଲୁଡ ହେବେ କି ଇଣ୍ଡିଆରେ ଇନକ୍ଲୁଡ ହେବେ ସେ କିଛି ସ୍ଥିର କରି ପାରିନଥିଲେ. କିନ୍ତୁ ଲେଟର ରାଜା ହରି ସେନ ସେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆରେ ମିଶିବା ପାଇଁ ସେ ଆସାମ ସେ ଏକର୍ଡ ସାଇନ କରି ତ ଏଇ ଜାଗାରେ କିନ୍ତୁ ପିପୁଲ ଅଫ ଦ କାଶ୍ମୀର Jammu Kashmir they want other thing because that is the Muslim dominated areas. So insurgency in Jammu and the Kashmir had existed as a state till August 5th, 2019 when it was divided into the two union territories. Union territories there जो दुईटा यूनियन टेरिटोरीज रे विभक्त होइतला जम्मू एंड काश्मीर 2019 रे and Ladakh emerged in the late of the 1980s and this was preceded by the period of the political uncertainty. But in 1974 Sheikh Abdullah reached an agreement with the Indira Gandhi that they signed the Assam Accord. Under this accord Sheikh Abdullah was released from jail. So after the release, he became the chief minister again. And again, he asked for the center to drop the demand of the self-determination. Self-determination or demand taku chadiba pai center ku kothile. Kintu dropping of the self-determination demands created resentiments of the and the very different type of the insurgent activities, violent activities in the Jammu and the Kashmir. So different type of the one accord after that time, a few years after, a different accord was signed. And here the central government dismissed the Farooq Abdullah government that was formed after the death of the Sheikh Abdullah. That the Kashmir Accord and dismissal of the Farooq Abdullah government were viewed as an act of the intervention by the center in the state politics. State politics is center intervention politics. And there is the subversion of the democracy. So here the resentment they intensified following the controversial elections in 1987 that is Jammu and Kashmir. After this election, Kashmir Valley witnesses a dramatic rise in the armed rebellion against the Indian state. By 1990s, two types of the insurgency groups emerged in the Kashmir. That one was the Jammu and the Kashmir Liberation Front, which launched a guerrilla war or guerrilla revolt against India with the aim to liberate Kashmir from the India. and the other was the Pakistan sponsored group like Hizbullah Mujahideen based on the pan-Islamism. That is pan-Mujahideen. The other was the Pakistan sponsored group, that is Hizbullah Mujahideen, that is based on pan-Islamism. There were multiple reasons for the rise of the insurgency in Jammu and Kashmir. First, the younger generation, that is younger educated people of the Kashmir like Yasin Malik, that is Sahabir Saha and Javed Mir participated in the Vidhan Sabha elections of the 1987. But because of the manipulation and rigging of the elections, they lost their faith in the electoral process and resorted to the rebellious activities. And the rebellions are the channel for expressing their discontent. So around the time they use of the religion for politics. Religion sta politics re kichi matra re ei jaga re responsible ote. Here this transforming the political struggle or Kashmir into the religious struggle exclusively for the Kashmir Muslims. Apart from this different of the war was fought between India and Jammu and the Kashmir, that is Kargil war. Insurgency in the Kashmir became dominated by the pro-Pakistan local groups. It is Pakistan ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କଥା ଜାଣିଥିବ ତମେ ଗୋଟେ ପାକିସ୍ତାନ ଅକୁପାଏଡ କାଶ୍ମୀର ଅଛି ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ଅକୁପାଏଡ କାଶ୍ମୀର ଯୋଉ ପର୍ସନ କାଶ୍ମୀର ଟାକୁ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ଅକୁପାଏ କରିକି ରହିଛି ପାକିସ୍ତାନ ତାକୁ ଲେବିଷ୍ଟ ମାନେ ଟର୍ମ କରୁଛି କି ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ଅକୁପାଏଡ କାଶ୍ମୀର ବଟ ପାକିସ୍ତାନ ଯୋଉ ଯାହାକୁ କବ୍ଜା କରିକି ରହିଛି ତାକୁ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ କହୁଛି ଯେ ପାକିସ୍ତାନ ଅକୁପାଏଡ କାଶ୍ମୀର. So during 1990s, a large number of suicide bombings or bombing attacks were carried by the Pakistan-sponsored group like Lashkar-e-Taiba, Harkat-ul-Mujahideen, Jaish-e-Mohammed is a part of the Pakistan proxy war against the Indian state. So insurgency-related violence continues until 2003 when a ceasefire agreement between India and Pakistan was signed and reduced the intensity of the violence. And here the violence କିଛି ମାତ୍ରାରେ ଦବିଥିଲେ ବି ସେଟା ଏବେ ଚାଲି. The rebellion itself was far from over. So tension once again escalated ଯେତେବେଳେ Taj attack in 2008 ରେ ସେଟା ଯେତି once again different of the tension emerged in the year 2008. The Kashmir Valley also, but with a completely new form. In the Kashmir youth came out in the mass protest. Kashmir is a mass protest particularly on the street of the Kashmir. So, unlike the previous generation who took up the arms, this generation has used stone shooting. Arm ammunition previous generation ର ଲୋକମାନେ arm ammunition support ନଥିଲେ କିନ୍ତୁ ଏଇ generation ରେ stone shooting ସେମାନେ ପଥର ଫୋପାଡ଼ିବାର ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିଥିଲେ. Stone shooting is a new form of the agitation which were largely spontaneous. Here, this is however not suggest insurgency has disappeared from the Jammu and the Kashmir, but it continues to remain as one of the most complex problems in the India today. Then we'll read about this is Jammu Kashmir insurgency. Then North-Eastern different type. North-Eastern country रे कौन सब insurgency activity आसुଛି ଯେମିତି କି North-Eastern state 8 state କୁ ନେଇକରି ଗଠିତ ହେଇକରି ଆସୁଛି ଯେ ଆସାମ, ଅରୁଣାଚଳ ପ୍ରଦେଶ, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura, Sikkim, etc. And all ସବୁ ଜାଗାରେ higher skill of the insurgency ଗୁଡାକ ଆମେ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ପାଇଛୁ. Nagaland, Mizoram, Manipura, then Tripura ରେ ଏଟା Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram ରେ ଆମେ ଯାହା activity ଗୁଡାକ terrorist activity, insurgent activity ଆମେ class ରେ ପଢି ସାରିଛୁ. ଆଉ Tripura ରେ tribal majority state of the Tripura were reduced into Bengal. ଆମେ Tripura ରେ କେମିତି ହିସାବରେ insurgency activity ଟା ହଉଛି ତାକୁ ଆମେ ଏବେ ପଢିବା. So in Tripura, the tribal majority state of the Tripura was reduced into a Bengali dominated state after the massive population influx after the Bangladesh war. 1971 ରେ ଯୋଉ Bangladesh war ଟା ହେଇଥିଲା ତ Bengali dominated people ମାନେ ଏ ଜାଗାକୁ ବେଶୀ ମାତ୍ରାରେ ଆସିଥିଲେ. So it led to the formation of the Tripura, that is National Volunteers the Tripura National Volunteers TNV in collaboration with the Mizo National Front in 1978. So after a decade in the violence, that is Tripura National Volunteer surrendered with an agreement, and they surrendered with an agreement in 1980. However, peace could not prevail for a long. New insurgent group called National Liberation Front of the Tripura. Okay. So Assam रे जेमती कि ULFA was formed on 7 April 1979, and it aimed to achieve a sovereign state. The sovereign state बनेगा तांको लक्ष्य out of the Assam. And the Boda movement sought to achieve the autonomous state. Boda mane ଗୋଟେ autonomous state Bodaland କରିବେ in the Indian Union. So National Democratic Front of the Bodaland was formed in 1986 with the demands for forming an autonomous state that is Bodaland. Then Naga insurgency. Nagaland Naga insurgency ମାନେ ସବୁ କଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି. So in the northeast India, the Naga insurgency is the oldest. Indeed, some consider it to be the mother of all insurgency. Naga insurgency is the mother of all insurgency in India. It can be traced to the political mobilization of the Nagas during the second. So 1918 the Naga formed Naga Club. 1929 Naga Club placed the demands of the sovereignty before the Simon Commission ଆଗରେ ସେମାନେ sovereignty ର demand କରିଥିଲେ. Simon Commission ଆଗରେ ସବୁଟା demand କରିଥିଲେ. So 1946 Naga Club was developed into a political organization called Naga National Council under the leadership of the Angami Japu Pijo. And here it aims of forming an independent Nagaland. To 1947 February there, the 1947 there, okay, the Naga National Council it submitted a memorandum to the British administration in which demand was put for an interim government. The interim government गठन କରାଯାଉ ମାନେ British government ପାଖରେ ଗୋଟେ demand place. So as a result, an agreement was, that is 9-point agreement as Naga Akbar Hydri Accord, which was signed in the year June 1947 between the NNC and Akbar, the governor of the Assam, on behalf of the British administration. And in here, this accord recognized the rights of the Naga to develop themselves according to their freely expressed wishes, guided under the Naga insurgency. So Naga ମାନେ ଏବେ ବି ସେମାନେ demand କରି ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି for their greater autonomy and different about the insurgency movements ତାଙ୍କର greater Nagaland ପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ କରି ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି. The Naga framework agreement was signed with the purpose of addressing different issues. Then ମଣିପୁରରେ କଣ ସବୁ insurgent activities ଗୁଡାକ ଚାଲିଛି. Manipur was the highest number of the Manipur has the highest number of the insurgent groups. Manipur has the insurgent group present in the countries, that is representing various ethnic communities. The insurgency in Manipur began with signing of the instrument of the accession of the merger agreement by Maharaja of the Manipur with the Union of the India in September 1949 in Ceylon. But in Manipur, it was generally alleged that Maharaja was forced to sign the agreement. ସେମାନେ କଣ କଲେ ମହାରାଜାଙ୍କୁ ସାଇନ୍ ମାନେ ଫୋର୍ସ କରାଗଲା ସେ ଏଗ୍ରିମେଣ୍ଟ ସାଇନ୍ କରିବା ପାଇଁ. ସେଥିଲାଗି ମାସ୍ ପ୍ରୋଟେଷ୍ଟ ଗୁଡାକ ଦେଖାଗଲା joining the Indian domination by the Maharaja. Okay, so that's why later 1964 ରେ secessionalist insurgent group ଆମେ separate ହେବ ବୋଲି କରି ଗୋଟେ insurgent group ଆରମ୍ଭ କଲେ ତାଙ୍କର movement, that is known as the United National Liberation Front UNLF. That was formed. Then 1968 the revolutionary government of the Manipur was formed to act like a parallel government. So all these are different type of the demands mane place କରିବା ପାଇଁ for different type of the insurgent group. That in India, and this type of the insurgent movements in Indian continent in different states is going on. In the same way, the Mizo insurgency, in Mizoram, Mizo insurgency started in 1960 with the formation of an organization called Mizo National Famine Front, which was formed under the leadership of the Laldenga to provide relief to the remote Mizo villages during the Vietnam famine. The famine ହୋଇଥିଲା ତାଙ୍କୁ କିଛି relief ଦିଆଯିବା ପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ demand କରିଥିଲେ. So the poor handling of the famines by the Assam and the union government, ସେ famine କୁ ଠିକ ଭାବରେ handle କରିପାରିବେ ନାହିଁ, ସେଥିଲାଗି ସେମାନେ ତାଙ୍କର ସେଥିପାଇଁ ତାଙ୍କର ଅଶାନ୍ତିଟା ଗ୍ରୀw ହୋଇଥିଲା ଆଉ ସେମାନେ ଆସାମ ଏଗେନ୍ଷ୍ଟରେ ଆଉ ୟୁନିୟନ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଏଗେନ୍ଷ୍ଟରେ ସେମାନେ ଇନସର୍ଜେଣ୍ଟ ମୁଭମେଣ୍ଟ ଗୁଡାକ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରିଥିଲେ। ସେମାନେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କହୁଥିଲେ ଡିସିଜନ ଟୁ ମେକ୍ ଆସାମିଜ ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜ ଆନ୍ ଅଫିସିଆଲ ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜ ଅଫ ଦ ଷ୍ଟେଟ। ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ତାଙ୍କୁ ମାଇଜୋରିସ୍ କଷ୍ଟ ଡ୍ୟୁ ଟୁ ଦ ଫେମାଇନ୍ ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ଅଫ ଦ ମାଇଜୋରିସ୍ ଗୁଡାକ ଦେଖାଗଲା ତାଙ୍କର ସେଇ ଜାଗାରେ ଫେମାଇନ୍ ପାଇଁ at that time, and that added to their complaints of step motherly treatment in the hands of the Assam ତାକୁ step motherly treatment ଦିଆଯାଉଛି, step motherly treatment ଦଉଛି, and Assamese language ଅଫିସିଆଲ ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜ ହିସାବରେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଜବରଦସ୍ତି ଆସାମିଜ ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଅଫିସିଆଲ ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜ ହିସାବରେ ଗ୍ରହଣ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଫୋର୍ସ କରାଯାଉଛି। So it left Mizos worried about the futures of their identity and their culture. ତାଙ୍କର identity and culture ଅସୁରକ୍ଷିତ। That's why Mizo insurgency was developed in that area. Okay. ତାପରେ ପଞ୍ଜାବରେ କଣ ସବୁ ସେମାନେ ଡିମାଣ୍ଡ କଲେ? ଖଲିସ୍ତାନ ହେବା। ଆଉ different country କରମୁ ଆମେ ତାକୁ ଖଲିସ୍ତାନ ହିସାବରେ। Punjab witnessed an insurgency which began in the late 1970s and reached its peak in the first half of the 1980s. And this insurgency is known as Khalistan movement. तो तमे एटा जानिथिबो इंदिरा गांधी कोन टाइम रे ऑपरेशन ब्लू स्टार जेमति कि गोल्डन टेंपल they are here order into the golden temple in order to flush out the militant from the golden temple complex. That during the operation blue star, around 200 to 250 Palestinian militants ସେମାନେ ଗୁରୁଦ୍ୱାର ଭିତରେ ରଖି ଯାଇଥିଲେ, and they including here they killed, and this operation is known as the operation blue star. And ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ movement Indian continent ରେ ହଉଛି ତାକୁ କୁହାଯିବ ମାଓଇଷ୍ଟ insurgency. Maoist people na ତାଙ୍କର insurgency ଆସିବା କହିଥିଲେ ମାଓଇଷ୍ଟ insurgency ଯେଠି ଝାରଖଣ୍ଡରେ certain areas of the Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra and Odisha ସେମାନେ नक्सलवादी Maoist or Naxalite, they aim to Maoist insurgents to end the class-based division. जो सोसाइटी रे क्लास बेस्ड डिविजन अछि ताको एंड करबा ପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ सब चेष्टा କରୁଛନ୍ତି नै सेटार सेटा करबा ପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ इंसर्जेंट मूवमेंट इंसर्जेंसी गुडा କରୁଛନ୍ତି, and they try to replace the Indian states with the state policies and the character and the guide of the Maoist political activists. And their strategy involves armed rebellion by a well-organized group against the state institution, including the police, to protect a class who are considered their class enemy. All are about the insurgency. Insurgency ଉପରେ କାହାର କିଛି ଡାଉଟ୍ ଅଛି କି ପଚାର?
मैम इंसर्जेंसी ऑफ द नॉर्थ ईस्ट टा बुझिलानी।
इंसर्जेंसी कहिले कोन बुझि पारलनी?
नहीं नॉर्थ ईस्ट रो इंसर्जेंसी टा कोन?
नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न को कंट्री रे इंसर्जेंट मूवमेंट गुडा कहूची कहली कि आसाम है, आसाम रे होची हैं, मणिपुर रे, मिजोरम रे नागा इंसर्जेंसी, नागालैंड रे, देन मणिपुर रे एंड मिजोरम रे काहे कि से सब इंसर्जेंसी मूवमेंट गुडा कहूची काहे कि होची फॉर ताकर जो आइडेंटिटीज अछि। फॉर एग्जांपल माने कहते जे आसाम हमको ता निज रिलीजन टा इंपोज कला, हमको गुटे किछि स्वतंत्र भाबरे किछि बेनिफिट दिया जाउ नाही, हम रीजन को अंडर डेवलप रीजन हिसाब रे रखा जाईची, सेते लागि से माने आम एमुनेशन से करी हमें डिफरेंट स्टेट हेमु बोली डिमांड करछ। आ तांकर मीडियम टा होची violent activities को हाथ को से माने नउचंती जेते लगी one type of the terrorist make insurgency and terrorist activity different हेले भी से माने different ताको कहा जिवो to some extent they used some type of the terrorist activity armed ammunition are also used by them ताकर for example ताकर culture को threaten करा आउ जनकर culture को ताकर ऊपर impose कर सेरा तांको बाधा हैला तो सेति पय से माने different type of the insurgents movement गुडा को हाथ को नउचंती ओके जेमति कि आसाम से माने मणिपुर रो कथा कहि मणिपुर रे होची जेमति मणिपुर मणिपुर गुटे माने आसाम रो जाता जेमति कि मिजोराम रे मिजो इंसर्जेंसी से माने भी तांकर से लैंग्वेज फॉर्मूला तांकर लैंग्वेज आ तांकर कल्चर आइडेंटिटी रक्षा करै चेष्टा करिसेंती देती से जो चेष्टा करूछंती दैट इज नॉट इन अ पीसफुल वे दैट इज इन अ वायलेंट दैट इज नागालैंड नागा इंसर्जेंसी टा राइट नागा इंसर्जेंसी सबसे पुराना इंसर्जेंसी ओके then movement for separate statehood separate statehood को country हला the separate state हला that Indian Union केबे भी allowed करिवो नाही गुटे नाही one separate country हेबा पय किंतु separate state होता that is काहे कि से माने गुटे separate state हेबा पय दाबी करछन for unequal level of the regional development are existed in the Indian so because India is a multi-diverse country and these diversities and becomes the grounds for the generations and the regional consciousness within the state. And the solutions of their grievances different the grievances ta negri asutanti and so grievances ta jodi satisfy no hela semana different type of the autonomy guda ko demand karuchanti to run their administration. So movements for a separate state meaning and the their movement this movements for restructuring the power relation ta jaha hochi ताको पे नुवा हिसाब रे restructure करबा पई जो movements गुडा को चालीछि that is known as the movement for a separate state this movement the movement for the restructuring the power relations among the administrative units in an area within one or more states are also regional movements that as they address the regional grievances and these movements generally assume three forms पहला रे से माने statehood movement autonomy movement पहला गुटे नुवा स्टेट हेबा को से माने फर्स्ट पहला then they demand different about the autonomy from the Indian Union then thirdly से माने बोलबे हमें गुटे अन्य separate secessionist movement से separate country तो statehood movement का allowed some type of the autonomy जदी demand करछन ताको भी दिया जाउची किंतु separate country से माने हेई पारिबे नाही because India is a sovereign socialist secular democratic republic okay so secessionist movement that the movement seeks to secede from the Indian Union and get a sovereign state is not allowed because if the Indian Union does not permit secession from the India so constitutional provisions such as जोरा कि तुमका आगु पिछली according to the article 3 of the Indian constitution there is a provision for creation of a new state out of one or more one state से माने create करि पारिबे but constitutionally it is the president who has the power to initiate the process for the creation of a new state or the state but he can do its own or he can do it in the consultation with the state से निजे सेटा करि पारिबे कि कोनोसी अन्य स्टेट रो कंसल्टेशन रे से गुटे नवा स्टेट ता क्रिएट करिबा पई से प्रपोजल ता इनिशिएट करि पारंती about his willingness or carve out a new state of his or their existing site so the concerned state or state do so by passing a resolution in the state legislature पहला से तार ऊपर state legislature गुटे bill te pass हो in the state legislature to this effect and in the light of the resolution the president may ask the union government to present its bill for the passage of both the houses of the parliament अब सेरा parliament रो दुई house पे से bill ता pass हो and if passed by both the houses it is seen to the president for getting his or her consent president or consent ପାଇଁ ସେଟା ଯିବ president ସେଥିରେ ତାଙ୍କର signature ଦେଇ ସାରଲେ ତାଙ୍କର signature ଦେଇ ସାरले then the president gives his consent for assent this bill or this decision is notified and process of the creation of the new state begins Then new state create have different type of the causes and different type of factors. So the factors are related to the language, culture, and the custom, religions, and historical background. To apart from this level of the development, level of the development ठीक भाବରେ ହେଇପାରୁ ନାହିଁ our historical development ठीक ଭାବରେ ହେଇପାରୁ ନାହିଁ ତାଙ୍କ religion custom ଟାକୁ ବାଧା ଦିଆଯାଉଛି ତାଙ୍କ language ଟା ଠିକ ଭାବରେ protect ହେଇପାରୁ ନାହିଁ so together they become the basics of the formation of the regional identity which results in the general or movement for creation of a separate state. So language is more determining factor than others, and it is some it is the development, and it is sometimes ethnicities, and sometimes the religions are results for a separate statehood. That is the despite the during the post-independence movement, there has been several examples of the statehood movement. That can be movements in the 1950s and 60s. Then reorganization of the Northeast India. Northeast India reorganized. Then movements in the Hindi belt and Telangana movement recent time. So 1950s and 60s state who basis form on the basics of the language. ଯେନ୍ତା କି ପ୍ରତି ସେରିମୁଲ୍ଲା ତାଙ୍କର ସେ ଫାଷ୍ଟ ରହିଥିଲେ କୋଉ ଜାଗାରେ first linguistic state 1950s there were statehood movement demands on the basics of the language and the first linguistic state to be formed after the independence was Andhra state. It was formed on the 1st October 1953 after the death of the Prati Seremulla due to the fast due to the fast which has undertaken demanding the creation of the state. And Andhra state was formed of the Telugu-speaking district of the Madras state. And in the pre-independence period in the 1937, Orissa and the Sindh were formed the linguistic basis also. So in 1920s, even the Congress established its provincial committee on the basics of the language. But after independence, the government was reluctant to recognize the state based on language independence for language based state format for government of Chile. Since the country faced multiple challenges after independence, large number of the communal violence following the partition, influx of the refugees, etc. So different type of the refugees movement which chala country re. So under these circumstances, the leadership felt that India needed a strong center. India is a strong center no rahibo, then there may be the problems in the reorganization of the state. So se jaga re se language basis re state ta permission kariba pai हम खाली 1953 a commission was appointed and it is known as the State Reorganization Commissions under the chairmanship of the Justice Fazal Ali. Then SRC submitted reports in 1955, and it's important to know that even prior to the appointment of the State Reorganization Commission, the government has set up in 1948, that is Dhar Commission that set up. And Dhar Commission did not favor the language to be the basic. And again, to examine the Dhar Commission report, a committee consisting of the Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, and the and Patip Sitaramya, that is known as the JVP committee, was appointed, and this JVP committee agreed with the Dhar Commission report and advised against the language being the criteria of the reorganization of the state. So this jagare Punjab creation ହେଇଥିଲା 1960. So along with the Himalaya and Himachal Pradesh and Haryana, and it resulted in the Punjab Subha movement. Punjab Subha movement took place for the creation of the Punjab state, in which Punjabi language was to be the main criteria. So in this case, religions also associated with the language is a majority of the Punjabi Subha movement and spoke Punjabi language in the practice with the Sikh religion. And Ijagara Master Tara Singh and the son Patik Singh, they played leading role in the Punjabi Subha movement. So out of this here, the Punjab become a separate state of the Haryana and Himachal Pradesh, and where Hindi becomes the sole language of the state. This is the linguistic reorganization of the state on the basics. movements for the reorganization of North Indian state. North Indian state हाँ कहो
मैम वो डाउट थिला आपण जो पढ़ेले कहुतले कि जो 1937 रे हमर प्री इंडिपेंडेंस टाइम रे ओडिशा आउ सिंध SIND लिखा जी सिंध वर फॉर्म्ड ऑन द लिंग्विस्टिक बेसिस आ अर्थटा मु बुझ पारे सिंध टा
माने
को एरिया को नहीं
लैंग्वेज
था
हाँ से जगह सिंध टा फॉर्म होइतिला जदि ओडिया माने 1936 रे 1936 रे ना
आगे
1936 रे कहितली तो केते को
37
टाइम रे कहली कि
37 रे जो ओडिशा हेतला ओडिशा सिंध को लिंग्विस्टिक बेसिस रे ये करा हेतला
फॉर्म हाँ
37
हाँ
रे
हाँ 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 तापरे लैंग्वेज बेसिस से टाइम रो फॉर्म था ओडिशा तार आगु वेस्ट बंगाल सहित मिसी थिला ना वेस्ट बंगाल
आगे
बिहार गोटे पार्लियामेंट गोटे ताकर पार्लियामेंट तो नहीं गोटे ताकर असेंबली थिला माने ताकर
कमिटी टाइप रो
हाँ कमिटी टाइप रो थिला आउ से माने सेपरेट हे नथिली हमर बिहार वेस्ट बंगाल आ ओडिशा टा इंडिपेंडेंट माने ता 1936 रे से टाइम रे ताकर पाइथिले ना
1931 रे
हाँ तार
माने
आगु
एटा
से
केवल
मिसी
टेरिटोरी तांकर सॉरी मैम
टेरिटोरी डिफाइंड है
आगे
अंचल मान को नहीं
आगे आगे बुझिले
the process for
थैंक
the reorganization of the state on the basis of the language.
यू आगे बुझिले अच्छा
इन
थैंक यू
डिफरेंट हम हां आउ किछ ना डाउट्स होची कि पचारे दियो डाउट्स रो मैं एटा तार माने एते एलाबोरेशन बहुत दिन से अच्छे भितरे यदि किछ का डाउट्स होची कि पचारे दियो जैसे कि तेलंगाना टा तो भी जो रिऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ द स्टेट ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द लैंग्वेज टा स्टॉप हेतिला कारण डिफरेंट ऑफ द लैंग्वेज माने हमें नवा नवा स्टेट एंती करबो बोले बहुत सारे स्टेट उडा को फॉर्मेशन हे जिवो ना तो से टाइम रे
आगे
लैंग्वेज बेसिस रे स्टेट फॉर्मेशन टा बंद करि दिया जाय सेति लागि कारण कि रिबिलियन डिफरेंट ऑफ द वायलेंट एक्टिविटीज भी हेबो कारण गुटे स्ट्रांग सेंटर टे जे जदि न रहइबो ए सब माने इम्बैलेंस टा को कंट्रोल करि पारिबो नाही किंतु एबे एबे जो हमर तेलंगाना भी फॉर्म हैला कारण से माने कहले हमें किछि बैकवर्डनेस फील करू छु हमर निजर रिलीजन रो नेचुरल रिसोर्सेस कि हमें ठीक भाबरे एन्जॉय करि पारु नाहु तार रॉयल्टी टा हमें ठीक भाबरे पाई पारु नाहु नै कि एबे जो फॉर्म हैला सेरा भी गुटे वन एलिमेंट जे
आगे
आउ किछि डाउट्स एनी डाउट्स
थैंक यू मैम
जंती कि हिल स्टेट मूवमेंट्स टा जंती कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया रे भी सेटा चल एबे भी कंटिन्यू जंती बोदा मूवमेंट टा देखलो से बुदा मूवमेंट कोन बोदालांड हेछि कि हेनि जंती कि यूपी भितरे भी से माने 4-5 टा डिवीजन हे डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ द स्टेट हेबा को चाहछथि देन जंती कि हमर गला इटा हला
गोरखा भी अछि ना मैम वेस्ट बंगाल रे गोरखा अछि बोधन कोन
हां हां हां
दार्जिलिंग पटे
गोरखा बहुत माने गोरखा जो अछथि जंती कि नॉर्थ
नेपाली गोरखा
हां हां अछि अछि ऑटोनॉमी मूवमेंट भी चालू छी गुटे स्टेटहुड मूवमेंट भी चालू छी हमें किछि
आगे
ऑटोनॉमी भी डिमांड करछु स्वतंत्रता एवं पैकेज स्वतंत्रता ऑटोनॉमी टू आवर सेल्फ निजे हमको शासन करबा हमको ऑटोनॉमी दियो केतेरा कहउछंती आ केतेरा कहउछंती हमें नुवा नुवा स्टेट हे तो एते मतलब यदि स्टेट हे जिवे तो इंडिया इज यूनियन ऑफ द स्टेट तारा मान्यता टा कोन आसीबो कि तो गुटे
ठीक आगे
लूज स्टेट हे जेमति कि हिल स्टेट रे मूवमेंट गुडा को जो खासी जंतिया गारो लुसी हिल्स से माने जो आसाम दे वांटेड फॉर द क्रिएशन ऑफ द हिल्स से माने भी डिफरेंट द स्टेट फूड मूवमेंट गुडा को ताकर चळै छथि जेमति कि उत्तराखंड उत्तरांचल एटा ए माने भी नुवा नुवा यूपी भितरे ताकर नुवा स्टेट हेबा पई ताकर डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ द मूवमेंट गुडा को चळै छथि तेलंगाना तो एटा फॉर्म सारी छी ऑलरेडी
आगे
और एनी डाउट्स और एनी
मैडम
क्वेरी
हेलो
हां कहो
मैडम जति कि न्यू स्टेट सब होची फॉर्मेशन होची ता पई सब राजनीतिक सब अलग अलग जो मंत्रिमंडल रहउची ना से पुराना स्टेट संगे रे ही तांकर ये रहउची
नुआटा रहउची धीरे धीरे करी तार माने चेंज होची स्ट्रक्चर ता लेकिन नुआ तो तांको नुआ नुआ हबो नुआ हेले से नुआ स्टेट हबो तांको जदी नुआ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मेशिनरी ताको न रहिबो सेपरेट तो स्टेट आ काई फॉर्म हैला
हम्म
नहीं कि विधानसभा विधान परिषद
आज्ञा
विधानसभा विधान परिषद रहू हमर विधानसभाटा तो जरूरी अछि
ଆମ ଓଡିଶାରେ ଅଛି ବିଧାନ ପରିଷଦ ତ ନାହିଁ।
ना ना ना
ଆଜ୍ଞା ତ
ନାହିଁ।
ତାଙ୍କୁ ବି ମାନେ ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରଶାସନିକ କ୍ଷେତ୍ର ସେଇଟା ବି ତାଙ୍କର ସେପାରେଟ ହେବେ ନା ୟାଙ୍କଠୁ ସେମାନେ ତାଙ୍କର
ଧୀରେ
ଯାହା
ଧୀରେ ସେପାରେଟ ହେବେ କିନ୍ତୁ ଯେମିତି କି ଆମର ତେଲେଙ୍ଗାନା ଟା ଏବେ ଯୋଉ ଫର୍ମ बनला तेलंगाना टा କୋଉଠୁ ଫର୍ମ ହେଲା କି ତେଲେଙ୍ଗାନା ଟା ଆନ୍ଧ୍ରପ୍ରଦେଶରୁ ନାଇଁ କି
ଆନ୍ଧ୍ରପ୍ରଦେଶ।
ସେଇ ଜାଗାରେ ତାଙ୍କର ନୂଆ ସିଏମ ରହିଲେ ନା ନୂଆ ଚିଫ ମିନିଷ୍ଟର ରହିଲେ।
ହଁ
ହଁ ନୂଆ ଚିଫ ମିନିଷ୍ଟର ସେ ଜାଗାରେ ରହିଲେ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ହଁ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ।
କନଷ୍ଟିଟ୍ୟୁସନାଲ ବେସିସ ରେ ରହିବ ନହେଲେ ସେ ସେପାରେଟ ଆଉ କେମିତି ହେଲେ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା
ହେବେନି ତାଙ୍କର ରୁଲିଂ ଅଥରିଟି ଟା ତାଙ୍କର ରୁଲିଂ ଜାଗା ଟା ସେଟା ସେପାରେଟ ସେମାନେ କଲା ପରେ ଯାଇକି ସେମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ସେପାରେଟ ଷ୍ଟେଟ ର ମାନ୍ୟତା ପାଇବେ।
ହୁଁ
କୋଉ ପ୍ରୋସିଜର ଟିକେ ଲେନ୍ଦି ହବ କୋଉଟା ଟିକେ ଶୀଘ୍ର ହେଇପାରିବ କିନ୍ତୁ ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ କରି ସେମାନେ ତାଙ୍କର ଆଡମିନିଷ୍ଟ୍ରେଟିଭ ୟୁନିଟ ଟା ନିଜର ସ୍ୱତନ୍ତ୍ର କରିବାକୁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିବେ। ଯଦି ମିଶିକି ଗଲେ ହଁ ଯେମିତି କି ଆମର ଅଛି ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ହାଇକୋର୍ଟ ଟା ଦୁଇଟା ଷ୍ଟେଟ ର ବି ଗୋଟେ ହେଇପାରେ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ହୁଁ
ଯେମିତି ଆମର ଚଣ୍ଡିଗଡ଼ ପଞ୍ଜାବର ଅଛି ଜାମ୍ମୁ କାଶ୍ମୀରରେ ବି ଅଛି ନା କଣ ବୋଧେ। ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଚଣ୍ଡିଗଡ଼ ପଞ୍ଜାବର ଯୋଉ ଅଛି ସେଟା ଅଛି। ଚଣ୍ଡିଗଡ଼ ଟା ଅଛି ନା ପଞ୍ଜାବ ଆଉ ହରିୟାଣାର ପଞ୍ଜାବ ଆଉ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ହରିୟାଣା ଟା ୟୁନିୟନ ଟେରିଟୋରି ଚଣ୍ଡିଗଡ଼ ଟା।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା
ପଞ୍ଜାବ ଆଉ
ଭୁଲ କହିଦେଲି।
ହରିୟାଣାର ୟୁନିୟନ ଟେରିଟୋରୀ ଟା ସେଟା ୟୁଟି
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ହେଇକିରି ରହିଲା। ଚଣ୍ଡିଗଡ଼ ଟା ସେ ଜାଗାରେ ତାଙ୍କର ଦୁଇ ଦେଶ ତା ଉପରେ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଦୁଇ ଦେଶ କହୁଛି ଦୁଇ ଷ୍ଟେଟ ତା ଉପରେ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛନ୍ତି।
ଆଜ୍ଞା
और एनी डाउट्स?
ନାଇଁ ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ମୋର ନାହିଁ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ।
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you,
ୱେଲକମ୍
ma'am.
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ।
ପାଣି ଦେଇଛ ନା ପାଇପ କୋଉଥିରେ ଦଉଛ ପାଣି? କୋଉଥିରେ ଦଉଛ? ହଁ ଏଇଥିରେ